Growing Up Cecil, Memories of a Maryland Childhood. Doris Valentine Bright can trace her Elkton family history back to the early 1800s. She was born in 1929 in a family member's home on Clinton Street in Elkton. Doris's mother, Geneva Jordan, was only 14 when Doris was born. Doris's father, Everett Valentine, and his family lived across state lines in Pennsylvania. Though Doris is not sure, she believes her father was of Italian ancestry. He was a white man.
If they weren't white, they were passing because they lived in that white area up there. And he looked white and so forth. I don't know.
Interracial marriages were not legal at the time. Doris's parents were never married. When Doris was 4, her mother died from blood poisoning while pregnant.
She was going to have a second child, and it died. And they didn't know that the baby was dead until it poisoned her system.
Doris lived with 4 members of her mother's family, who shared a home at 117 Bethel Street in Elkton. They were James Braywood, her great-uncle, the family patriarch, his 2 sisters, Eleonora and Viola, who Doris called Aunt Noni and Aunt Ola, and Doris's cousin, who she called Aunt Boots. James Braywood worked as a valet or a personal assistant in the Elkton home of Benjamin Decker, vice president of Triumph Explosives, also in Elkton, and when she wanted to, Doris would visit Decker's home and have free run of the place. But the house on Bethel Street also suited her family quite well.
The kitchen was big, comfortable. The stove was out there. It's always nice and warm.
Doris got into Bennett College, an all-girls college in Greensboro, North Carolina. Aunt Boots, Doris's older cousin, paid her tuition by working as a broker for an operation known at the time as the Numbers, a form of gambling based on thoroughbred races. Today, of course, thoroughbred betting is legal, and so is the lottery. But in Aunt Boots's day, running the Numbers was definitely illegal, but it paid the bills.
She could not get a job over $25 a week, and so she became creative, and she took a numbers book, made money from that, and pretty soon she had several people working for her. That's right. And that kept our family in plenty of money. A lot of what I feel and so forth is because I miss my mother. And I've always missed her. And sometimes I guess that's all in the plan, of God's plan, because it caused me to be made independent, to realize that you can't keep grieving, you got to do what you got to do.
I'm Katie Simarconi. To share your story of growing up in Cecil County, call me at 443-245-5042.